So let's talk keto. Okay, today's video, I'm gonna get a little bit into my weight loss journey or struggles, as you may say. For the past few years, I've been trying to lose weight and stick to a healthy lifestyle, but you know, life gets the best of you. You have your ups and your downs and different things you might go through that might affect your weight, and you losing weight, gaining weight, and it just being like a roller coaster ride, because that definitely explains how it's been, that it's been a complete roller coaster ride. I went through gaining so much weight and not feeling at my best and feeling like I needed to do something about it. About 2 years ago, I took a trip. I was preparing for a trip out of town and out of the country to Mexico. And I was so proud of myself because I really actually put in the hard work, and I saw the results. But of course, once I came back from the trip, like I always do, I set a goal, and I kind of do well achieving the goal as far as like losing the weight up until wherever I'm trying to go or what my destination might be. And then after I complete it, I go right back to what I've done before, what I've always done, and I pick the weight back up. And it's just a struggle, and I'm kind of tired of going through that process. So last year in 2018, my aunt and my mom introduced me to what is called keto. Keto is basically a high fat, high fat, low carb diet where you're not eating any like pastas, no bread, no, you're cutting out sugar out of your diet. I'm not even sure if I want to call it like a diet, because it's beneficial to you if you call it a lifestyle, because you can actually make it into a lifestyle where it can change your life. Like really, back in 2018, once my mom and aunt introduced me to keto and they did the research, and then I did the research, I googled it, I YouTubed it, I talked to other people about it to try to figure out, okay, will this work for me? Can I stick to this and make it happen for me and see the results that I wanted to see? So I was preparing for my class reunion, and I started keto, and it was tough. That first, I remember they said when you first start keto that is gonna be tough, and that you're gonna possibly go through the keto flu, which where you're literally feeling like you have flu-like symptoms, and you might be nauseous, have the headaches, and all of that. And a brief period I did experience it. It wasn't for a long time, because I've watched videos on people where they had the keto flu for like over a week or 2 weeks, and that did not happen to me, and I thank God that it didn't, because I don't think I would have been able to deal with that. But luckily, I think it was only like a couple of days, and I think the baddest feeling I had was like a really bad headache that I experienced, but it eventually went away after a couple of days. But with keto, me and my mom, we basically meal prep. We started off really good. We meal prep. We tried to stay organized with it, because I know me and how I am. If I don't have like a set plan and a set way that I'm going to eat my meals, then it's not going to work for me. If I have to wing it and basically figure it out on my own, then I will resort back to what I always do, and I just end up eating whatever I see, and that's not good. But I actually, with the keto, I did not, when the first attempt at trying to do keto, I did not work out with it. I just strictly did keto. We started off with 3 meals a day. We started off with breakfast, eating maybe like eggs and like maybe a slice or two of bacon, because part of keto is to make sure you're eating at least 4 ounces of protein, not really going over or going under. I think you can go under if you choose to, but it's best to probably still fulfill that sometime throughout the day. Then I would eat lunch, whether it was a salad or maybe chicken breast and broccoli, something like that. And then dinner, maybe repeat the same thing, but it was 3 times a day. And then at some point during those months that I was doing keto before my class reunion, and no alcohol as well, which is a little bit of a struggle for me, but I was able to, really not drink the alcohol. But they say I didn't really start to get into the intermittent fasting until I got a little further into the process, and I feel like that worked better for me because I will say that first week that I started keto, I'm sorry if I'm just all over the place, but I'm just saying it as it's coming to my mind. But that first week that I started on keto, I can't remember the exact amount of weight that I did lose, but I did lose between 4 to 5 pounds that first week, and then the next week I continued to lose weight. But then I started getting off track, and then I went on small, tiny trips, like weekend trips. And of course, I say I'm going out of town, so I'm going to enjoy myself. I'm not going to hold myself back. So I would drink and then eat things that weren't really keto friendly. And that would set me back. And then I have to start all the way back over. And then I would do it again and blah, 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 blah. And that just, I realized keto was the best diet that worked for me as long as I stayed focused on it and actually was determined to do it right. So this go round, I decided, okay, I'm gonna actually put my best foot forward, and not just for a trip, because I do have a trip that I plan to go on for my birthday this year. And of course I want to be fine and I want to look good, but I also want to be healthy. I don't want to keep going on this roller coaster ride of fluctuating with my weight and going up and down. And when you're heavier, you don't feel your best. You don't feel like you know what I'm saying? Like you're not getting the best out of life when you don't feel you're reaching your best potential. And I feel like I'm holding myself back from what I could be if I actually put my mind to losing this weight and doing it right. So my goal is, now I don't like to make promises that I can't keep, but my goal is with keto to actually make it a lifestyle. But I'm going to take baby steps with it. I plan starting tomorrow to actually do it right with my intermittent fasting, which I don't think I explained what that really is. Okay, you know how I said before, I would start off with the 3 meals a day and stick to that. But with intermittent fasting, I will not have breakfast. The first time I will eat a meal will be around 1 p.m. in the afternoon. And maybe before 1 p.m. you could drink tea, you could drink coffee, you could drink water, and that will help suppress your appetite. For me, I normally do coffee. Coffee works just fine for me, suppressing my appetite. And then around 1 or 1:30, I will eat lunch, whether it's a salad. You have a variety of food that you can eat on keto. You're not restricted just because you're hearing that it's a diet. Like, you can still eat steak. You can eat chicken wings as long as it's baked and not fried. You can use regular seasoning, all of that type of stuff. If you want to cut back and maybe use something like Mrs. Dash instead of using like, a pound of seasoning, regular seasoning, that's fine. That will help. But you're not restricted on this, and I think that might scare people when they think it's a diet. It scares them into thinking, okay, I can't do this. And psychologically, in your mind, you're really defeating yourself and setting yourself up for failure. So if you go into it thinking, hey, I can't do this, there's a lot of good foods that I still can eat on keto. I think you'll do really well. So my plan is, okay, I didn't finish with intermittent fasting, so I would eat my lunch, and then I normally don't have to snack. I know when I first attempted keto, I snacked. I might eat like some nuts, or I would eat a couple of strawberries or berries. You can't eat all types, even though you would think fruit is healthy, which technically it is, but fruit has a lot of sugar in it. And a big part of keto as well is cutting out a lot of sugar. and like pineapples, bananas, all that has a lot of sugar in it. So there are limitations. You could Google it and look up, the internet is your best friend with this, because you can look up meal plans. You can look up foods that you should cut back on, that you can't eat, all of that stuff. The internet will tell you. And I also have the app MyFitnessPal. That really helps me with counting my macros and putting in the exact figures to find out, okay, am I going over on certain things? What am I staying within my bracket for my weight and my height and my age and all of that? It calculates all of that and helps you stay on track. And that app really does help me, because I put in every single day what I eat for breakfast, what I might snack on, what I drink. And then the app also calculates like your I wouldn't want to say fitness, but it counts your steps basically, which you can kind of count as fitness, and it kind of calculates the amount of calories that you take in versus what, you know, you're walking off or exercising off and all of that. And it tells you, okay, if you're eating enough or if you're going too much over. And that really helped me as well to stay in my bracket. So keto, I just feel like, once again, I'm going back around in circles, but let me go back to intermittent. I didn't finish that before I go to the next subject. But with the intermittent fasting, I said the lunch and then the snacks, and then I would eat dinner. Dinner I would eat before 8 o'clock. I would try my best not to go past 8 o'clock unless I decided, you know, this time around with keto, I want to work out with it. Because I noticed with my body, yeah, I lost the weight, and I lost the weight in areas I wanted it to, but I also lost weight in areas that I did not want to lose weight in. So I feel like implementing like the gym and working out and focusing on certain areas, even though I'm losing the weight all over, the gym will help me tone certain areas and not lose others. So I think that will be very beneficial. So the gym might affect my time that I eat, but I feel like as long as I stop not too late, like maybe 9 o'clock at the latest, and then from 9 o'clock to that following day at 1 p.m., I'm not eating anything. And it's really good to set your timing in that way, because you're sleeping, so you're not really hungry while you're asleep. So that's a good way of, you know, fasting during that time. So I think keto might not be for everybody. I really feel like keto is for me. The only other thing that's kind of hard with keto is maybe the sweets. I don't have a big sweet tooth, but when you know you can't have something, it makes you want it more. And that's what happens to me from time to time. I have these cravings that come out of nowhere, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm dying to have something. But luckily with that, they have keto friendly desserts that you can make. I've made a cheesecake before. I've made the keto mug cake, which is really good. Like if you've been on keto for a couple of weeks, or maybe even just a week, and you haven't had any bad things, and you make that keto mug cake, like it will feel like, taste just like you're eating the real thing, like for real. So there are ways to get around if you feel like, oh, I have a big sweet tooth, or I like to eat this and that. Like, just research it. Research. That's the biggest thing that I can tell you about keto, because you will find out a lot that you never knew. And I'm still learning to this day. And it's been almost a year since I first attempted to try to do keto. My birthday, which is in August, because I graduated in 2018 from college, and so I wanted to lose weight for my graduation pictures and also graduation. That was kind of a fail, but you know, things happen for a reason. But this time around, I feel like mentally, I have to get myself prepared and say, hey, you know, I don't want to look like this anymore. Like, not that I feel insecure about my body or feel less than because I don't look like this or look like that. But I know for me personally, I know what the ideal look is that I want. And my goal is to try to achieve it the best way I can. And I feel like keto will really help with that. So I just wanted to give you a little snippet of my journey with weight loss, and gaining weight, and what I think will work for me. And I want to share this journey with you guys. I want to show what I plan to eat, vlog my weight loss, if I gain weight, lose it, so you know this is real life. It happens. You're going to have your days where they're good and they're bad, or you say, forget this and I don't want to do it anymore. But you got to persevere. You got to push through it and decide, okay, you know, the end goal is better than what I'm feeling right now. Like, I might be having a bad day and it might set me all the way back where I say, hey, I want to drink and to you know, to just relax. But just think about, oh, that might set you back if you do it. And that feeling that you're feeling is just temporary. So I just want to share this journey with you guys and give you this little synopsis of what I went through with it. And I don't think I have explained either. Also, I have a 7-year-old daughter. Her name is Serenity. And even though it's been 7 years since I birthed her, you know, I still struggle with the weight from when I was pregnant with her. And it has followed me all the way into 2019. So I'm trying to really get rid of it. And I plan to. My baby is a blessing. But women, we go through a lot with our bodies to, you know, bear children. And me personally, I had to have a C-section. So, you know, that really affected my body. I couldn't lose the weight like some women could have. And then genetics play a role. Like, if you're have thicker genes in your body, some women are naturally slim. You know, every body type is different. Curves, and I like the thickness. I just want to make sure the thickness is in the right areas. So this is my goal for 2019, to try to make keto a lifestyle, lose this weight, and look the best that I can. And I want you guys to follow me along on this journey. If you have any questions, please feel free to hit me up in the comment section. Like this video, subscribe to my video, and follow along with me. Maybe we connect. You can let me know your process of what you went through with keto. Maybe it's something I can learn from you that I didn't know before. So I just appreciate you guys for watching this video. Make sure to give it a like, and I'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.